Look who's here. Look who's here. Again. Again he's coming to join my video. Look at this. My kitty. George, you gonna say hello? You gonna say hello, George? George. You gonna say hello? You little cookie, you. My kitty. Hi guys, how are you doing? So I just thought I would do a haul for you because I haven't done a haul on this channel for a while, and I've gotten a lot of books lately, but today I got an amazing tarot deck, and I got an oracle deck recently that I want to show you. But today's deck that I got, I'm just super excited about because I saw another tarot reader talking about this deck, and of course I've heard about this deck for a long time. It's a classic from the 70s, and for some reason when I saw her, she pulled it out and she mentioned it and said it was the deck that she had always worked with, and for some reason I was just like, I have to have this deck, so I went and got it today. Okay, so without further ado, let me show you that first. And it's a deck I'm sure many of you know, many of you have heard of. It's called the Aquarian Tarot by David Palladini, and it's in this incredible Art Deco or Art Nouveau style. It's just unbelievable, and I cannot wait to work with this deck. And the cards, they just feel so incredibly glossy and silky smooth. They're just amazing. They just flow off your hands when you have them in your hands, and you know, when you're just holding them, they're just unbelievable. Here's the backing of the cards, which at first I thought it was kind of like busy, like very busy and just kind of all over the place. But now that I look at it, I really like it. I think it's really beautiful. But this guy is an amazing artist. I'm just going to show you this one I was looking at, the Magician here. Now, if you'll notice, he's wearing a belt that looks like a serpent. It's like a snake biting its own tail. And I believe that's a symbol of, like, you know, wisdom, you know, the knowledge, you know, just all-encompassing universal knowledge. But when I first looked at it, it looked like it was a spoon floating in midair, and that kind of went along with like the magician, the whole magician thing. It looks like it's like floating, like right in front of him, like he's a magician and he's making it levitate off the table, you know. But I believe it's his belt, but who knows, maybe that's what it is, I don't know. But anyway, I mean, the artwork is just unbelievable. I'm just going through here quickly. In this deck, the Strength card, rather than a woman being depicted, has a man. I've never seen a man on the Strength card before. This deck, he chose to use a man in that card. I just love the artwork here. Here's the Death card. Here's Temperance. I think that's the one that's on the cover. It's just, this reminds me of, I don't know how many of you are Star Wars fans, but whichever movie it was that Natalie Portman played, the whatever character she was, that reminds me of this figure on this character here. I'm not much of a Star Wars fan. I like the original Star Wars, but I'm not into all the sequels and stuff, no. Let's see. The moon I thought was really cool because it's almost like you're in a movie theater. It's like you're in one of those old-fashioned 20s Art Deco movie theaters, and it reminds me of that movie Paper Moon. It's only a paper moon, you know. That was very cool, you know, about the imagination, the unconscious, right? This deck is just incredible. I'm going to be using this in our weekly reading tomorrow, so I won't go through any more of the cards right now. I'll probably do a review on this deck, and I'm sure it's going to be an absolutely stellar review. It's just an awesome deck, just incredible. I'm so glad I got it. I have a feeling it's going to quickly become one of my favorite decks. Okay, so also while I was there, oh, by the way, I should mention the name of the store that me and my daughter went to. My daughter came with me today. She just turned 16, and she loved it. She loved this place. She's never been tarot shopping with me before, or she's never been to like a New Age shop with me before. And she went in there, she was like, "Mommy, this place is so cool." She just loved it. And we got quite a few things. She got some candles, which I will show you. Bought her some candles, and she was just freaking out in this place. But anyways, the name of the store is the Occult Shop, and it's in Toronto. I'm from Toronto. And for those of you who live in Toronto who have not been to this place, I urge you to go. It's incredible. Their tarot selection is stellar, amazing. So many decks. As a matter of fact, this store was the only store that I could find in our area that had this deck in stock. Otherwise, you have to order it, like from eBay or wherever, from online, wherever. I couldn't find it anywhere except in this store. I was so happy. But anyway, it's on Bathurst Street. I don't know the exact address, but I will put it below in the description box. So also when I was there, I saw this book and I picked it up. It's called Intuitive Tarot. And it's like a workbook, and it's really cool. I'll show you. It was $13.75, very reasonable price. And it's a thinnish book, you know, it's not a huge book, but it's really, really cool. It's got a preface, and then it's got an intro, and then building trust from within. It's all about like really tapping into your intuition, not so much relying on the book meanings of the cards, but relying on your intuition. So here he goes into the workbook, a description of the workbook, and for each card there's like you know, a couple of paragraphs of description, and then there's like lines for you to write on. And I guess if you don't want to write in the book, you can write in your own tarot journal. So it's like that for all the major arcana. And then for the minor arcana, okay, so for example, he starts off with the rods, and he uses the Morgan Greer as an example, as illustrations in this book. And he goes through each one of the minor arcana, a little bit less room, but there's some lines for you to write on. It's got a little brief description there, and it's got an intro like describing the suit of rods and what it represents. And it also has directions. The rods are north. The next one, the swords, are east. The cups, I guess, are south. And pentacles are obviously west. And then it's got some stuff in here on spreads. It's got different spreads here. Creating your own spreads. Something called a medicine wheel. The tarot and the medicine wheel. That's something I have not heard of before. Group readings. Reading with others. Reading for yourself. It's really, really good. How to begin an intuitive reading. A sample reading. And so it's got a lot of really good like exercises. And here's a couple of the spreads. And it looks really, really good. I'm looking forward to going through this. It should be fun. Sorry, hang on. Okay, and another thing we found when we were there was this huge selection of candles, and that's what my daughter was really, really loving. So I ended up getting her 3 of them. This one is, it says, "Go Away Evil," and it doesn't have any writing on it, but it's pretty cool. It's purple. And these are large, large candles. I think they were about $7.50 each with tax. So there we go. There's the color of that candle there. And just to show you what that looks like. And then she also wanted this black cat candle, which I thought was super awesome. And of course she did as well. So this black cat. It's got the spider web there. It's got the bat on the other side. And then, of course, it's got the cat. And it is pitch black. Pitch black candle. Very cool. And then she also got a guardian angel candle. Like so. And it says, on this one it says, "Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom his love commits me here. Ever this day be at my side, to light and guard, to rule and guide. Amen." Isn't that cool? That is so cool. And then there's the picture of the angel with the child there. So she wanted that one as well. And then it's a white candle. So there we go. And then I got myself I got this one, which just says, "Alleged Lucky Good luck, health, and prosperity. It's pink and green. I love the colors. I love the colors. And there's got money on there. It's got like numbers. It's got mostly money. But yeah, it says good luck, health, and prosperity. So can always use that. Lots and lots of that. And it's pink. And then the bottom, it's got the green there. So anyway, that was one of mine. And then this other one, I just had to get this. It was just so cool. It's got this Buddha on it. And it says, Alleged El Buddha de Oriente, frankincense and myrrh oil, double fast luck, money drawing, and love. And I can't make up my mind whether this is pink or purple. It looks like fuchsia or like a kind of a lightish purple. But anyway, I love the color. It's got a dragon on it. It's got the Buddha guy there. I love it. I love, love, love. Okay, and then that's the color there. Très cool. And then afterwards, we went to Value Village to go do a little bit of thrifting. And the only thing we found was this, but it was extremely cool. It just made the whole trip worthwhile. And it is this super cool dragon figure. It's actually, you can hang it because it's got like a thing on it. I thought it was just like a statue or whatever, but you can actually hang this if you wanted to. And it's so Daenerys Targaryen. I mean, and we both love Game of Thrones. We're both, me and my daughter both love Game of Thrones. And so when she saw this, she's like, Mommy, Mommy. She was so excited when she found this. So anyway, there is the dragon. Isn't that cool? And it was only $3.99. $3.99. So, and it's, you know, it's good. It's nice and solid. It's not like just plaster or anything. It's like, it's heavy. It's got some weight to it. So, yeah. So we found this guy. So that was extremely cool. And so that was it for today, what I found today. But a little while ago, I mentioned this before. Yeah, it was on this channel, I think. It wasn't on this channel, it was on my other channel. Sorry. My friend Ginger Fire took me to the rock store recently. And I got 3 crystals, which I don't have here, but I will link my that video below if you guys didn't see it. But also when we were in that store, I found this Ascended Masters Oracle card deck. And I've wanted this for a long time. It's a Doreen Virtue deck. And, you know, you either like or hate Doreen Virtue decks. I kind of like them. You know, she's got this reputation for, you know, making everything all sweetness and light and wanting to take, you know, the threateningness out of tarot by making all the cards extremely positive and, you know, that's her thing. That's her approach to tarot and oracle decks and all that. And I don't have a problem with it. But anyway, this deck, I don't know, I've always wanted this, and it's really cool. Because it teaches you all about the Ascended Masters. Here's what the backs of the cards look like. And I'll just show you a few of them that kind of stick out to me. Here's Isis, and there's keywords. This one is balance, career, and home life. I, again, will probably do a review on this, so I'm not going to go through it in depth. This is Paramahansa Yogananda. Very, very famous guru, and the keyword there is choose peace. Let's see. Here's Athena, detach from drama. Oh, here's Merlin, energy healing. Osiris, father, husband, brother, son. Here's Pan, fertility. So a lot of gods and goddesses. Krishna, find the blessing in your current situation. And of course I know Jesus is in here. Here's Apollo, focus upon your strengths. St. Francis, follow your heart. So yeah, I'm not going to go through all of them, but it's a deck that I've been wanting to get for a really long time, and I'm really glad I got it. I do like it a lot. And it comes with this really cool little book. all her decks come with a good meaty, chunky little guidebook. So they're definitely, you know, and they're not expensive. Her decks are not expensive. This one was $15.99. Yeah, so really reasonable price. Really reasonably priced too. Okay, so then I've been going to, you know, I've been thrifting. I always thrift. But I went and got a lot of books recently. I don't think I got all of these in one trip, but probably in a couple of trips. I'll just show you what I got quickly. This one, I've got a lot of friends who are witches. I've got a lot of friends who are Wiccan, who are pagan. And I've always been interested in Wicca and paganism and all that stuff. And so I saw this and I knew I had to get it. It's the Witches Spell-A-Day Almanac. It's from 2012, but I don't care. It's like a Llewellyn's spell book, but it's really cool because it's got like all these like little like, you know, facts and interesting, like really interesting lore and color of the day, incense of the day. It's got spells. It's got all invocations. Just a lot of like really, really cool information in here. Here's egg magic. Spell of inner knowledge, you know, so whether you're Wiccan or not, I mean, this is just really, really fascinating stuff. This is really, really cool, interesting stuff that's just, I love this kind of stuff. And I think when I was there, it was like, when you go to Value Village and you buy books, if you buy 4, you get 1 free, and I did buy 4 that day, and this is the one I took for free. It's Carlos Castaneda, The Art of Dreaming. I've never read Castaneda before, and I saw this, so I just thought I would pick it up. I've flipped through Castaneda before, and it seems like really, really very, very deep and very, like, it's not the kind of thing you can just sit and read casually. You have to really set aside special time to read this. So I'm gonna, you know, set aside some special time to read this book and, you know, delve into the mind of Carlos Castaneda. Okay, and then on another trip, I was really excited about when I found this. This was great. This was like a steal, I thought. It's called the Enlightenment Pack, and it's by Chuck Spezzano, who I believe is a psychologist of some kind. And it's a kit. It's a kit with a card deck and a book. It even came with a cassette, so it's got to be pretty old. But anyway, here's the book that comes with it. It's called the Enlightenment Pack. And it explains the cards. I'll show you the cards in a second. It also came with this little cassette tape called Living Your Purpose. So this has got to be like pretty. Let me see if I can find the date on this thing. Oh no, okay, hang on, let me see the book. Let me see the date on the book. 1996. Wow, looks older than that. But anyway, oh, I haven't opened these yet. They're still in the plastic wrap. Here's the cards, okay? And here's the back. They're really nice. I would call this like an oracle deck, sort of. But they're really cool because he has split them up into 4 categories, I think. Let me just check the book here. No, sorry, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 6. Okay, so he's got the 6 different categories in this deck, and they are victim cards, relationship cards, unconscious cards, healing cards, gift cards, and grace cards. And so, you know, some of them are negative and some of them are positive, right? And, you know, he talks about all these like different, you know, facets in your psyche. And it's just really, really cool. It looks awesome. Like, here's one for guilt. This is in the victim cards. There's judgment, belief, your hidden self, relationship cards, roles, control, holding on, independence, sacrifice, neediness, heartbreak. And then when you get to the sort of more the healing cards here, for example, he's got forgiveness, letting go, communication, trust, truth, leadership, and then gift cards, abundance, success, sexuality, giftedness, true love. And then in the grace cards, he has innocence, love, peace, vision, child of God, higher mind, holiness. So it's It says here on the back, enhance your self-awareness, identify your personal goals and inner desires. Chuck Spasano's Enlightenment Pack is fun, easy to use, practical, and inspiring. Whether you are looking for instant answers to everyday questions or long-term solutions to life's bigger challenges, the pack will help you and your friends make positive decisions about your life, your work, and your relationships, and bring about positive change for the future. So it's 48 cards. And yeah, I just thought this was really, really cool. So I'm going to use this probably as an oracle deck. And I'm just really interested in working with it because I think it looks really neat. And I think I got it for like maybe $3.99 or something like that. And this had to be like about a $20, $30 kit or a set, you know. So I thought that was a steal. Okay. And then another book I picked up was just this little book by Gary Zukov and Linda Francis called Thoughts from the Heart of the Soul. I'm sure many of you have heard of Gary Zukov. He wrote a very famous book, something about the soul. Anyway, he was on Oprah a few times. But these are just like little snippets, like little sort of meditations and quotes. Let's see. I was looking through it and I was blown away by some of these quotes. For example, painful sensations in your chest are produced when you fear that you cannot love or be loved. Emotional pain of any kind is a reminder to stop and look inside. Your emotions are your best friends because they do not leave you. They bring to your attention what you need to know. Sorry, I was about to sneeze there, so I had to stop the camera. But anyway, yeah, this is a really, really cool little book. It's the kind of thing that I just like put in my purse, you know, to bring with me if I was going somewhere and I thought I might need, you know, something to look at. And, you know, or just bring with you when you're going on a walk or something, if you're sitting on a bench and just, you know, skim through it. And it's really, really got a lot of like brilliant like thoughts in here. So I love it. Another one I got was called The Enlightenment Process, How It Deepens Your Experience of Self, Body, and Community. Interesting. So it's got meditation and physical exercises in here. And I think this woman is a psychologist. Defining self and selflessness, defining enlightenment. The essential self, the false self, the healing process, how emotional pain becomes bound in the body, releasing emotional pain from the causal body. Yeah, just I just thought it sounded really interesting, so I picked this one up. And once again, my interest in Wicca, when I saw this, I was like, boing, yes. The Inner Temple of Witchcraft, I'm sure a lot of you either have this book or have heard of this book. The author is somebody I've heard of, Christopher Penczak. And it's kind of like, it's a beginner's, I guess, guide to Wicca. Just gives you like the whole history of Wicca, paganism, describes like initiation. He talks about the aura. He talks about the chakras. He talks about Kundalini, Kabbalah, pendulums, like everything you can imagine. It's just awesome. It's just awesome. He's got exercises in here. I think this book is designed to be used over the period of a year, over the course of a year, if you want to. But really, he's really in depth here, and I started reading this, and he's a really good writer. He's a very engaging writer, and he's, you know, easy to understand. You know, like not super, you know, academic, scholarly, which really to me can be such a turnoff when you're reading a book. Like it's so dry. This is like, you know, very just like, you know, sit down, casual read. And it's informative and interesting, and I just thought it was awesome. So as soon as I saw this, I knew I had to have that, so I picked it up. And then I also picked up this book called Radical Honesty, How to Transform Your Life by Telling the Truth. And this book is really good. I guess it was considered a radical book because basically he uses curse words in here. He's a psychologist and he uses curse words, and I guess he's very unconventional that way, and a lot of people, you know, probably, and a lot of other of his, you know, colleagues probably thought he was, you know, maybe unprofessional, but he really is, he tells it like it is. And chapters here are the being becomes dominated by the mind, how to deal with anger, telling the truth in a couple. Yeah, he talks about how we all suppress so much of our truth in order to avoid confrontation, in order to avoid feeling uncomfortable, just because, you know, we figure that, you know, our lives are going to be so much more difficult when we tell the truth, when in reality, what he says is when you do tell the truth, your life becomes a lot easier, you know? And it's not about it's not about being mean, it's not about being nasty, it's just about being, you know, being healthy, being true to yourself and expressing your truth, and how healing it is and how it can really take you to the next level. Because he says as long as you're holding on to a lot of lies, and as long as you're pretending to be somebody you're not, you're never going to live the life that you were meant to live. And I think we all know that, right? Yeah, whenever you're faking it, whenever you're being phony, you're never going to manifest what you want. You're never going to. Your unconscious will work against you. So he talks about how it's really, really essential to let go of the bullshit and just tell the truth, basically. So I'm about halfway through this book, and I really, really like it. I'll probably do a review on it. And I'm going to show you this because I don't know if I showed you it before when I got it. I don't think I did a haul that included this book before. I found this at a Value Village, and it's called Meditations on the Tarot. This baby is a tome. Look at it. It is huge. It's written by, I think he was a monk. He's anonymous. He wanted to remain anonymous, but he wanted it published. It was published in '93, and it says this edition is dedicated to Our Lady of Chartres. And he goes through all the major arcana in here. Let me see here if I can read you about this guy. Anyway, it's going to take me too long to find the section, but he was a monk. This guy was a monk and a scholar, and he wrote about the tarot. And so again, this is not light reading. This is not something you can just sit down and read like, you know, casually. It's something that is meant to be savored and really, really kind of studied and read slowly to make sure that you understand what this guy is saying. And it just, it's amazing. It is amazing. I'm so glad I found it. It's like a little treasure. I think I paid like $4.99 for it. Look at it. It's like probably, if you were to get this in a store, it'd probably be about 30-40 bucks, you know? So anyway, that is my haul. That's catching you up to date on stuff I've gotten lately. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for tuning in. And please give it a like if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will be back very shortly with our weekly read with that beautiful Aquarian Tarot. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye.